Dear Professor, this is my student ID card, and my name is QU YIBO, and my student number is 199022. Today, I want to talk about how China will build a harmonious, and innovative modern, harmonious, and innovative high-income society in 2030. And I will analyze from private enterprises and green economy. Okay, first of all, let me talk about private enterprises. By the end of 2022, the number of private enterprises in China has reached more than 40 million, contributing more than 50% of tax revenue, more than 60% of GDP, more than 70% of technological innovation, and more than 80% of urban labor employment. But the average lifespan of private enterprises is only 2.9 years. Of the 5,000 private enterprises in Zhongguancun, Beijing, only 430 have been born for more than 5 years. The remaining 90% of the companies have disappeared, and only 3% have a lifespan of more than 80 years. The reason for this phenomenon is lack of money and lack of resources. At present, China's private enterprises still rely heavily on content financing, compared with the status of the private economy in the national economy. The loan resources that the private economy can obtain are very limited. In the financing structure of China's private enterprises, bank loans accounted for 4% and other forms of direct financing accounted for 5.5%. Internal financing accounted for the highest proportion, reaching 90.5%. It is generally difficult for private enterprises to obtain bank loans. Small and medium-sized enterprises, which create 60% of China's GDP, account for only 16% of the loans of major financial institutions. Small and medium-sized private enterprises had small operating skills and poor credit status, making it difficult to establish contact with financial institutions like large enterprises. Financial institutions learn to small and medium-sized private enterprises with low returns and high risks, which makes it difficult for small and medium-sized private enterprises to obtain the same status as state-owned enterprises and senior foreign joint ventures. This extremely special capital composition have severely restricted the development of private enterprises. And to improve this situation, the government needs to strengthen support policy for private enterprises. For example, the Xinyi loan mode have promoted by the China Banking and Insurance Regulatory Commission is based on the development and application of information publicity and big data to alleviate the problem of information mismatch between banks and enterprises. And the establishment and operation of a comprehensive credit service platform for the financing of small and medium-sized enterprises nationwide. The balance and inclusive small and micro loans is 17.8 trillion yuan. There are a total of 9.94 million registered enterprises, and the cumulative loans issued through the platform exceeds 4 trillion yuan. The average interest rate of loans issued by some local platform is about 1% point lower than the national inclusive small and micro loans interest rate. It should be said that the Xinyi loan mode has played an important role in supporting the financing of small, medium, and micro enterprises. And at the same time, China should also attach importance to the green economy. If we evaluate the degree of green development in China's provinces through the three aspects of economic development, sustainability, and green development, we can find that the gap in green development in various provinces in China is still relatively large. The green development of southern cities is generally better than that of northern cities. This means that the resources invested in the green economy in the north and south are unbalanced. In addition, the north is a big power generator, so the government needs to pay more attention to the development of green economy in northern cities. According to WRI's 2017 data, the power generation and heating industries accounted for 41.6% of the total. China's economy is still developing at a very high speed, and it is possible to reduce power generation in order to reduce carbon emissions. Coal power generation is China's main means of power generation, which is very detrimental to China's desire to achieve carbon neutrality. Economic development and climate improvement are not contradictory. On the contrary, the implementation of a green economy will inject new economic vitality into the market. Beijing's Pinggu district has clarified the development direction of its own green industry, agricultural high precision industry, green logistics industry, and leisure tourism industry, and has established an agricultural science and technology innovation demonstration zone. And that's all. Thank you for listening.